Looks like we're in for some rain soon. Anyway, I thought I'd give you a quick update on my elm stave. In the last video I split an elm log into 2 pieces, and this is one of them. And I got lots and lots of comments from that video. Fascinating comments and really useful comments, and thank you to everyone that took the time and trouble to help me and guide me with elm. But the takeaway from all those comments is that in splitting this elm log I might just have made a big mistake. It seems that one of the commonest problems caused by splitting elm is that the staves will twist, and for sure my 2 halves do both show a slight twist in the end of each stave. But is it a disaster? Have I ruined my chances of making some bows from my elm wood? Now, when a tree is growing, it reaches for the sun, draws moisture from the ground, and is subject to wind and weather. This builds up tension within the wood. Then I come along, fell the tree and split it, and bang, those tensions are released, causing a twist. So from comments and suggestions received, there appears to be 2 ways to deal with elm. 1, fell it and work it green down into a uniform sized stave, which will then dry evenly without any twist. The other is let it dry in the log and then split it when it's ready for work. Either way though, I'm told the best thing to do for me next is to remove the bark. So that's my next job. Now, several people have asked me if Dutch elm disease is a problem in the UK, and the answer to that is yes. This is an elm graveyard. I'm surrounded by about 50 dead elms, killed by Dutch elm disease, and now rotting away. It's a lethal fungal infection carried from elm to elm by bark beetle. These burrows in the sapwood are where the beetles tunnelled into the elm. Now, these elms were 20 to 25 years old when they finally succumbed to Dutch elm disease. That's because they're elm suckers. Once here stood a huge, magnificent elm, but it was killed probably in the 1970s by a massive outbreak of Dutch elm disease in the UK. And all these trees around here are growing from the rootstock, but eventually they too become victims of Dutch elm disease. So that's the bark removed from my stave of elm. And what a fantastic looking wood. You can see the wavy interlocking grain. It's gorgeous. So I've been told that elm can be force dried and be ready for bow making within 30 days, but not as a huge lump of wood like this. I've got to reduce this block of wood down to approximate bow dimensions, not tapered, just a long, straight, uniform piece of wood, 6'5" long and maybe 2" square. That's my next job. So that's my elm stave now worked down to broadly bow dimensions. It's still way oversized, it's not tapered, but it's ready for the next stage. I'm going to seal it against rapid moisture loss and then put it away for a month. Before I seal this elm stave and put it away to dry, I'm going to take some moisture readings using this all along the length and width of the stave. Now these are just surface readings, they don't really tell me how wet the wood is inside, but they do give me an indication of how far it's got to go before it's ready to be worked into a bow. The average up and down this stave is 28% on this moisture meter, and I'd like to see it down to 10 or 12% before I start work making this into a bow. So this is my elm stave. I've clamped it to a form, hopefully to reduce any chance of twisting, and I'm going to put it indoors, leave it for 20 or 30 days, and hopefully after that time this stave will be ready to be made into a longbow. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.